these flower beds are a mess, and I've tried to clean them up multiple times, weed them and everything. So I'm thinking about, if anybody has any ideas, please give me a comment. I'm thinking about maybe putting in some, cleaning all this out in fall, like ripping all of it out in fall. And then we're thinking about putting new soil down and then mulching it, and maybe just putting planters in there in the mulch, to help keep the weeds down. We also have one on this side that's just as bad. Actually, the weeds over here don't grow as much because the heat hits them, and it's been humid down there. We haven't, I mean, we got rain the other day, but the rain has been gone for, I mean, we haven't seen much of it in like 2 or 3 weeks. But this one too, I'm thinking about, he wanted to do some kind of pond, maybe like right in this area, dig that up and put like a little pond area. If anybody has an idea, or if anybody thinks that won't work or will work, just shoot me a comment. I would love to hear like ideas, like what a good thing, or any pond people out there, if it would be a good idea to put it here. We do have that right there is where our well is and everything, and there's electric over there we could use. I think it would give it a cool look right here, but would it be a problem being that tight up against a house, I think is what I want to know. We do have some two planters here, and I did with that one. That one's been here. That tree's been in there. I know it needs replanted because it is outgrowing that, but I think for me, we were talking about that earlier. We think we're just going to keep it in there and that, clean it up a little more, and we're going to use that as like our outdoor tree for Christmas and the holidays and decorate that. I did plant strawberries in there, and again, I cleaned that out, and there's just weeds constantly growing. So I'm constantly cleaning, and there's one strawberry plant in there that's growing. It doesn't have any strawberries on there yet. So that's a couple ideas that we want to do this fall to clean this up. Again, we've only been here since February, so we're kind of working on ideas and what we want to do. And then this mess over here, I thinking too, with this over here, these bushes and stuff, we talked to the landlord. I think for us, again, that's a fall project since it's been so humid, and it will give us the opportunity to do some things in the fall when it's a little cooler. But we're thinking about cutting a lot of that down and cleaning out around it, cutting it back pretty far, because that is so overgrown, and it's been like that since we moved in here. So we want to get that all cut away and shaped up. And then we were thinking, like earlier in the video, we were thinking about putting a pool in. Now, since we rent, we do have to ask, but we've been in talks with the landlord. Oh, look at that's the new kitty that just started showing up. It's a really cute cat. It's still a little scared of us, so we can't get close enough to pet it, but it still comes close. We're gonna keep it. Now, she won't be an indoor cat, but this is the only cat we have around, and we felt so bad for it because it's so young. And it didn't look like it was eating a whole lot, but it was definitely somebody's pet, and we have no idea whose or where it came from. But he or she is almost to the point that it's super friendly with us. It doesn't hiss at us. It doesn't try to attack us or anything like that. It just, you can tell it doesn't mind humans, but it's a little scared yet of being petted. Sorry. Taking around the side of the house that we normally don't walk because there are snakes over here. But we were thinking about putting a pool maybe right there and leveling it out. So yeah, we have all this Bushmill, and that back there, that grown up stuff is swampland. That's been here since we moved in. We're taking care of that in fall too. Once fall gets here, we're gonna, that way we have potentially a little more rain and everything, we can and cut some of that down. We're gonna cut some of it down or let it die off in fall, and then we're gonna burn the brush down there and clean that out, because we know that's a mess for snakes and venomous snakes, and we don't want that with the kids or anything. So we have a lot that we want to clean up around here this fall. So that fell right before we moved in here in February, and they had that cleaned up, but they left that part there. So we're gonna probably burn that and get rid of that. And then this area right here, we're looking to, it's not, the grass doesn't grow over here, but there's a lot of bushes and overgrown, like just trees that have not been cut. So we're gonna cut and trim all of this. And we were thinking about making a little sand area, beach area over here with the kids. So that's what we have planned this fall, and I'm hoping it goes the way we plan, because knowing with us, other projects or something happens and then we get sidetracked. I know that happens with everybody. This is the overgrown mess that we need to cut. We've been slowly cutting this away, but again, with that mess back there, that's where all the brush was, and we want to try to get that taken care of before we add to the pile. We have been trying to burn in the pit as often as we can, but there are strict walls. Like, even living out in the country, a lot of people just burn whatever whenever they want. My husband, being a firefighter that he was, he's picky too. He knows when he should burn and when he shouldn't. So with it being just been dry and everything, we have not had a chance to cut more and burn any of it. But that's getting cleaned up, and this was actually dried up not for 2.5 weeks, and we finally got, like I said, we finally got rain the other day, and it poured enough that it was high, and then it went down to what we have now. It's trickling again. So we're cleaning, that's getting weed whacked down. And we did have this, he actually went up there and built a nice wall and rocks and everything. And we had that 1 month, I think it was May or the beginning of June, we had torrential downpour for days. It flooded and it just washed all the big boulders and everything down. So that pile right there, that was not there. That came with that big rainfall back in May, June. And we've made it look nice. And then people throwing trash out in the road, it's coming over here. So we're trying to clean up. And being out in the country, I don't understand why people think more so it's okay to throw trash out. It's disgusting how much trash we see on the side of the road, and I am thankful. Once in a while I do see people out there just walking and cleaning up, just volunteering, just normal people around here cleaning it up, because it's disgusting. It's horrible. I don't understand why people think throwing trash out is okay. Trash out of the window. I know it's never going to go in. There's always going to be that one person that does it. It's horrible. It's not difficult to put a bag in your car and have a baggie in there and take it out when it's full. I know that we do it. My in-laws do it. And then I wanted to show you, this garage is right above the house. We asked the landlord to use half of it so we could put a store in. So he put a store in with all of his stuff, and he's actually back there. He's got a new clown mask he's making. That's just one of them. There's different styles. He's actually back there working on some new stuff tonight. We have some events coming up around the area. We're doing it here at the house though, but the area does some events in September and October, and then around Christmas time. So we're looking to do that and participate in the events. I'm going to do some of my bake stuff with him, and he's going to do that, his stuff. So I'm going to do some Halloween related baked goods like cookies, Rice Krispie treats, and little tiny cakes. And if anybody also has a good idea with those, I love baking. Again, you've probably seen some of my shorts. I do go with decorating, and I love baking, and I do go with cakes and everything. My other stuff is a fail right now that I'm trying to do. But if anybody has an idea maybe for like some Halloween treats that are easy to do, and just not really big, because I don't want to, with the time and the price, I want to keep it kind of low for people. So if anybody has an idea, just please comment and give me some ideas. I'm up for that. I'm up to try anything new, honestly, because I love baking. So So that's just me ranting for tonight and letting everybody know an update. So I apologize if you hear the mower in the background. My husband's push mowing. I try to push mow half, and he does the other half because it's just exhausting for one person to push mow 2.5, 3 acres, and it's not all level. So it's if you can see, like, that's just part of it. That's not even showing you guys the whole back. And then over there, we have to push mow all the way down. It's like far down the road that we have to push mow. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Guys, I'm gonna actually take you closer to that swamp area. We call it swamp area because there's pipes down there, and we actually, our landlord said there used to be a pond there. And gave us permission to dig it out. We dug it out before all this grew up, and it looked like it was the over drainage of the septic, the water, the over of the water. So we decided it was stagnant. We decided to not go for it. But if you look, there are deer that have been laying in here. Can you back up? Because snakes could be in there. The deer actually, I don't think it's in there right now, but if I could zoom in, if you can see down there, that's where it lays. And that's so high. So yeah, all this, it goes all the way down. It's so hard to show you guys, but it's a big mess. So yeah, we're gonna let it die. We're gonna weed whack down what doesn't die, and we're going to burn all the brush over there so we can clean this out and make it look nice. I asked the landlord and gave her an idea. I'm thinking about asking her again. I don't know if we're gonna do it because it would probably cost a lot, but to maybe put some stone in here to kind of keep it from being a big mess. Hey, can you back up there from there? There's snakes and stuff in there, buddy. I don't want you getting hurt. And then that gets wet back there, so we had to stop mowing that for a little bit to let it dry. And then our poor chickens are gone. We decided the last chicken we gave to a home with a run. Until next year, we're gonna try to figure out a different spot for them, and also like build a really solid one like we used to have in PA. Because no matter what we did or how we fixed it up, everything, whatever was getting in, found a way to get in. It ripped, it shredded everything. And our landlords are having problems now. They usually don't, and they're having problems up at their chicken coop where something's digging in underneath. And we actually want to clean this out too. We started cleaning this out over here. This was all grown up like right in this area, and we started pulling it away, cutting some of that down. There's trash up in there that we want to get cleaned out. This stuff has been here since we've been here, so we're working on it. But again, fall is when we want to do it because it's been so humid and hot. So, and I know fall is even worse for snakes. That's the season that they're really into laying and everything. So, I mean, I'm petrified. I'm super petrified of snakes. So I have a big problem with that. That's why, another reason why I want to clean this out, because I just can't. It's just a snake. Honestly, it's a snake pit if it doesn't get cleaned out. And I'm really picky when it comes to the yard. I like to have it weed whacked nicely and mowed and everything, and I don't like it being overgrown at all. So, and this house, it's not their fault. The house has been empty for a while, and they were coming down here mowing and trying to keep up with it. But they also have a farm. They also have other things that they have farm animals and everything else that they got to take care of. So, I mean, it's nice that we get to come in here and get to clean this up and make it a home for a while, because we never got the chance to actually have a home like this or be able to do this kind of thing where we can make the yard look nice and clean it up and have things that we want for the kids or want for the yard. But again, if anybody, I would love to hear people's ideas of what they like to do, or some ideas with a flower bed out front. Maybe even if you have ideas with that back there, like anybody that is, like if you have a business and you mow and stuff, have you ever seen anything like that? And what's the best way to take care of that? Is it better to let it die, weed whack it, and then burn? Or is it better to have somebody come in? I suggested somebody come in to mow it down, But the thing of it is, with it being really wet back there, I don't know if there's even a way to do that. So again, if anybody has any ideas with this stuff, please give me a comment. And that will be it for tonight. Thank you, everybody.